and we climbed up the steps. And when we got through the door into the restaurant, I burst into tears. And the woman behind the desk was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, just can't believe I'm here. It's so beautiful." And I started crying. Okay, let's do a bit of nostalgia.
Okay.
Childhood sweets. We were on a car journey the other day to do a gig. So my husband was there. He was driving because we were filming it. So we had in the car Lily, who was the DOP, my husband and me, and we were talking about childhood sweets. And I had to come back to the ones that I loved because we were talking about sweets you would have in the car. Do you remember you'd have like a tin of sweets, travel sweets, and they were covered in powder?
Yeah, yes.
And your mum would like give it was a boiled sweet. Basically, it was a boiled sweet. And in Scotland, they sell something called Scottish boilings, which is such a disgusting name for like a treat that you give a child. My husband was like, "Oh, they're covered in powder. You know, you've got these." And then you'd maybe get a humbug in the car. You'd get all the crap ones in the car. And then I remembered like the worst mint when I was a kid was a Fox's Glacier mint, because you'd ask someone for a sweet and you'd get handed one of those and you'd be like, it doesn't even have a colour in it.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, yeah,
like as a child,
it's
wanting
like
a sugar hit.
You want a comic book, not the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So we were sort of talking about those. We were talking about God, weren't they? Kids don't know they're born now because there were a lot of like crap sweets that you would get when we were growing up.
Well, I'm trying to think as well. What's the oh bloody hell, the Parma violets.
Oh,
Disgusting.
yeah, because you'd think you were getting a little thing of refreshers. Was it the refreshers had
the little small refresher bar? Sensational, but yeah.
Well, you'd get the little, but then Parma violets were like, it was like eating perfume.
Yeah, wild. Wine gums. I always liked the concept of a wine gum because you felt so dangerous and it felt like I'm just having a bit of port. Do you know what I mean? Having a Merlot.
That's what started it off, right? Because I asked my husband to buy me sweets in the shop. Now I'm remembering. And I said, pick me up a packet of opal fruits, which is showing my age because there haven't been opal fruits for 20 years.
Do you want a marathon bar with that?
Yeah. And he brought back jelly tots.
Okay.
And I'm like, how are these even in the same... These aren't in the same world. And he was like, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Like opal fruit, starburst.
Yes.
Jelly tots were the little sugary... But they were fruit pastels.
Yes, fruit pastels.
Pastels, number 2 on Britain's most loved sweets.
Okay, oh, really?
Great. So I always like these. So we got a top 5.
Have we?
So,
right.
So number 2 is fruit pastels. So number 1.
Number 5 can't be true. Number 5's a disgrace.
I'm gonna say.
It's not Fisherman's Friend or something disgusting.
Well, it's
like
not disgusting. It's just a bit.
Oh, licorice.
Licorice is on there. It's number 8.
Yeah, keeps you regular. What is?
You've mentioned wine gums in number 3.
Wine gums are 3. Go on, tell us.
Number 1 has a Doctor Who reference.
Oh,
Daleks. I don't know Doctor Who.
Jelly babies.
Jelly babies.
I find jelly babies. I used to get bought those by my great aunt. Yeah, they've got the powdery on them, and they're a bit. The thing about jelly babies is they don't taste different. So you would get a different colour jelly baby and go, oh, does that one taste like lemon and that one tastes like... No, they all taste the same.
You know when you're trying to write a gag that just... I basically... I had this bit where I was... And get a bit that you just never get to work. But I always thought it was funny, as we always do. And you're like, why will this never work? But it was about when you'd overhear people kind of go, since I've had a baby, I can't even look at a story where, some harm is coming to a baby. And my bit was like, what, you could before, you fucking psychopath. Do you know what I mean? But now I've experienced the thing, I can show empathy for it.
Yeah.
But the tag to it was like, I won't even watch somebody eat a jelly baby. And I thought it was such a funny little, visual reference.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing. It was just...
I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah, but that's the point, because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
So obviously the comics are in the background. That's really nice.
Yeah.
But actual people are going, well, now that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But it's so funny of a
psychotic person would say, but
it's mental to sort of say, now I get it.
Now I get it. Yeah.
Beforehand,
Before
I used to rub myself up watching A Child Called It. It's just like fucking. But it's anyways. I was just thinking about that. Number 1 is wine gums.
Yeah, but number 5 is Werther's.
Oh,
which
no.
nobody likes.
No, Werther's is in there with the car sweets, right?
Yeah.
That's in there with the humbugs, which I don't mind now, actually. You get a chewy, you get the chewy There was Murray Mint and a Humbug, or you get a bag of mixed sort of ones, and you might get an eclair thrown in there if you're lucky.
Yeah,
Marks
sure.
and Spencer's does a
Yep.
variety pack, but no one is after a Werther's.
No.
You're like, just give me a piece of fudge,
Yep.
or just give me a piece of toffee,
Yep.
or
Agreed.
that's outright. That feels like big Werther's have got in.
Do you know what I
Put some
saw?
money into this survey, and
Do you know what I saw yesterday? I know Sunday. I was because my niece was staying around and she was kicking off, and I said, "I'm going shopping. What do you want?" And she wanted a Galaxy bar. I'm like, fair enough. So I get her a Galaxy bar. Do you know what I saw on the shelf? A Lion bar, but a white chocolate Lion bar. And I don't know. I was pretty excited about that. Conceptually, that feels. But
feels like someone's campaign. We're a white line bar. Why all this?
yeah. Just Tommy
What's
Robinson.
going on?
Yeah, exactly. It's maybe it is that. But it's I don't know. It sounded nice to me.
White chocolate with the caramelly wafer. I'm trying to think of what's in a
I think it'd
Lion
be
bar.
all right.
Do you know what?
If you have those
do you know what's
lints-
great? A
lint-
peanut butter Kit Kat.
Of course,
Oh.
insane. Yeah. So what is it about those childhood sweets? Is it a nostalgia?
your
Is it
pocket-
taking you
it's-
back to childhood?
It's taking me back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pocket money. It's. Do you know what? I saw something the other day, and this might sound. Maybe I need some emotional regulation, but sometimes get really affected by things, and I have to go back and try and work out why I've got so affected. But I was in Folkestone filming something, and on the last day, I went down to the little harbour bit, and there's like a fisherman's museum and a seashell shop called She Sells Seashells. And outside it were a bunch of French kids on a school trip. And there were about 20 of them queuing in the shop to buy their shells. So like all the trade for the day. And I honestly thought I was going to start crying when I saw it.
Because you were like, they're free down there.
So, yeah.
There's fucking
Are you
shells
thick?
everywhere.
Are you thick?
You thick French fucks.
No, I think there was something so affected. I think the world's so grimy at the moment that just seeing something quite pure, like going, oh, I used to go on school trips and you get your little bit of money and you go, am I going to spend that on a rubber or a postcard, or what am I going to spend that on in the museum shop or wherever it was? And it's taking me back the same way as sweets. It's taking you back to those days of where all you had to think about was how you were going to spend this bit of money. Like I went through a phase, and it was just before COVID, where I think again, it was the world was feeling grim, and I was watching all these videos of like a family seeing a pod of whales breach when they're on holiday, and like I'd watch it and I'd cry over and over again. And me and my husband, we'd gone, this was like January 2020, we were doing a trip down the Pacific Coast Highway, and I wanted to go to this restaurant called Nepanthe, because a friend of mine had a mug from there. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is on Big Sur. This is like amazing looking. I'd like to go visit this. And we climbed up the steps. And when we got through the door into the restaurant, I burst into tears. And the woman behind the desk was like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I just can't believe I'm here. It's so beautiful. And I started crying.
I think because everything feels diametrically opposed and weaponized and binary, and you got to be this or you got to be that, and you got to be for this or for that. It's kind of like there's such little room for the in between, which is where all of us exist. It's like I love
In the grey.
Totally, but I love watching videos of like, have you ever seen like a deaf baby hear for the first time?
Oh my God.
It's
yeah, and you'll
exactly,
weep, right?
You weep, but I also like it if someone's fallen asleep and someone's written cunt on their head. but that's like, do you know what I mean? And it's interesting. No, I want you to just be that, and you can't. But therein lies the problem that everyone feels like they have to be one thing. And that's why I kind of feel that's why so many people are exhausted, because it's fucking hard trying to keep all of your personality in one lane.
Yes.
When really, we should be like a roadkill, a little bit of everywhere.
One day you're going to see a video of someone writing "cunt" on the forehead of a deaf baby. And you're going to love it so hard.
I would. Or a deaf baby writes "cunt" on their dad's head and hears their dad laugh for the first time, and the doctor just goes.